Let us not be worried about future anxieties and practice keeping the mind in the present moment where the hands are. Gurudev says, chanting loudly helps this practice. So let us chant. They say that we must chant so that opposite side building across the road person must hear. But that only we shout when we are angry. But chanting we must do initially louder, then slowly, then only in the mind. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastuma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत् सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। हरि ओम।
Hari Om. Thank you, Misha. So we are doing Jivan Sutrani, 66 sutras by Guruji Swami Tejomayananda. And we are dealing with very, very interesting, important topic in life about harmony in relationships. how do we relate to ourselves? I hope you have read the summary given by Bobby ji, and I hope some of you at least have tried the homework during the week. Very important homework, otherwise growth will not happen, transformation will not happen, because awareness precedes management. What was the homework? Homework was to ask oneself, what is my image about myself? What do I think other people think of me? No, that I'm not very interested. I don't care. This is not true, actually. Those people will say, I don't care what other people think about me. It is not true. How can you say that? The same people, when they are getting out of their room and they are wearing a sari or a shirt, or doing something, and you will tell them, your blouse, your sari is, or something is there. Where it is? And then, I always worry, because one thing I always worry about is that, because I go and speak in various forums and classes, whether all buttons are all proper. No, I don't care if my post office is open. I don't care if my shirt button is open. I don't care if my sari is proper. No, we care. Even Gurudev says is that everybody looks into the mirror before we go out of the house. Everybody, however poor, however rich. And if suppose somebody finds one small black here, some mark, or something on the forehead, or something on the blouse or shirt here, we will definitely take care. Now that is the mark on the body we are very keen to remove before we go out. What are the marks when we go out? We must take care is our behavior, is our mark. So those people who say, I don't care, are not actually honest to oneself. And we have to be, because we have seen even monks dress properly, or whatever, they are having one dress, but it is ironed properly, kept. If we have met Guruji properly, chappals are proper, nails are properly cut. I have never seen Guruji, they travel worldwide. The nails are, some people are not even looking at their own nails. What kind of chappal I am wearing? Some people wear bathroom chappal, that blue straps and white chappal outside. So we sometimes have to ask whether it is bathroom sandas chappal or it is, no, I don't care. Not true. We have to, not that we have to be, wearing the best of the clothes, but proper clothes, proper behavior. That is very important, because then only harmonious relationships will come. One of the pointer to always check, because this question I am asked many times, or I have discussed that, no, people say, I have my own rules to behave. Everybody behaves as per their own rule. There is no one rule. This is one common myth. That means they have not read Shastra, they have not met another person whom they have had a proper discussion. One law of relationship we must keep in mind, which Guruji gives, and which is a very famous law. Before we go to the next sutra, we must by heart this law, and this is a law of relationship. Do unto others as would have others do unto you. This is a best and true law in asking how to deal with others, or how to have harmonious relationship. One thing we must ask, what do I like? How I like others to be treated? So one question. We must behave with others as we would like others to behave with us. So one question we must ask, do we like respect? Yes. Do we like to be appreciated? Yes, very much. Even one WhatsApp, somebody doesn't reply, I get hyper. One small thing on Facebook, WhatsApp, I want people to take acknowledgement. Do I take acknowledgement of others' posts? No, but many people, who are working there, no, but nobody responds. But do you respond when others write? Do I like to be trusted? Yes. Do I like to be fairly treated? Yes. Do I like to be loved by others? Yes. Do I like to be supported by others whenever any work comes? Yes, all I. And if we see all the time the complaint comes, nobody pays attention to me. I write so many things, but nobody supports. Nobody trusts me. Nobody appreciates me. Nobody respects me. Do you do that to others? And we know Newton's third law. Universe is there, God is there, He is watching. If you don't trust others, if you don't respect others, if you don't appreciate others, if you don't pay attention to some goodness, if you don't support to other people, and then why other people should do that? Whatever actions we send in the universe, it will have an opposite reaction. So one of the law of harmonious relationship is that we all like to be respected, appreciated, trusted, fairly treated, paid attention, loved and supported. Do I do that to how many people? One important thing many of us would be doing, but if not, or if consciously if we are not doing, how do we treat our maid servant? How do we treat our sweeper? How do we treat our watchman in the building? Very, very important. How do we treat the rickshawala, taxi wala, bus driver? Very, very important. How do we treat the waiter in the restaurant? We must relate with all with respect, appreciation, trust, and fair treatment. And this has to be shown in action. They say that love not shown in action is love denied. No, but I have so much of love and respect, but I don't show it, but that is not true. Whatever is there, it comes out. If peace is there inside, peace will come out. Anger is there, anger will come out. If love is there, love will come out. It has to come in action. Yes, if the answer is yes to all these above questions, then the first sutra is a secret what Guruji gives. Trust and respect is the base of all relationships. All relationships. And it has to be showed in action, not in the mind. Nita aunty was telling that how one elderly woman was not respected and loved and how she is supporting her. So one must support or feel that, okay, I must ensure that other people are respected and loved, and that is transferred to other people also. Sometime back we were having one conversation. So that is the sutra number 1, show it in action. There is one very famous, you can see on Google, Ho'oponopono prayer in Japan, I think. They say this is a 4-line prayer which creates harmonious relationship. I am just mentioning it. In any relationship, I must by heart these 4 Mahavakyas. I am sorry, I forgive you, I thank you, and I love you. This is the prayer they do. I am sorry. Forgive me, not forgive you. Forgive me because I don't have right to forgive others. Thank you for anything which is pleasantly happening. And I love you. Love must be shown in action. So this is one prayer which is very famous on this. There are programs people are attending, lakhs and lakhs program, just to master this. Ho'oponopono prayer. So verse number 2. If any questions anyone has can ask. You can just put in the chat and Manisha can read out. And I'm going to also ask some questions in between. Last time we had a good question answer session. So verse number 2 is a brilliant verse, and how Guruji is thinking. This verse says that where we must focus on in life. So Manisha, can you read this second verse? Swadoshan prati.
Yeah. You have sent one more.
No, Swadoshan prati, second one.
Swadoshan prati kathorah anyesham prati tu komalah bhavet. Swadoshan prati kathorah anyesham prati tu komalah bhavet.
So before we dissect and analyze the sutra and do vistar of this sutra, one question to all of you. So you can, those who want to answer, they can unmute. Nisha will do that.
Prasad, you stop sharing the screen. Na?
Yeah.
Then I can put that in the...
So this is a question. One should be strict, firm, disciplined, or loving and casual in relationships. One must be strict and firm, or loving or casual. What do you think?
So I've allowed participants to unmute, and then they should start their video.
So one must be firm, strict. Some people are very strict with their children, with their spouse. And they say, no, we have to be strict. And some people are very loving and casual.
Strict, loving and firm. Strict, loving
and firm. All three must be there.
Yeah, you cannot be casual.
One cannot be casual. Okay, it's okay.
So, sir, as you have always been saying that, when the child is 0 to 5, bringing up parenting sessions of yours. So that time you have to be strict and, ingrain
0
those
to 5,
values.
1 to 5 is not strict, I said.
1 to 5 is you give utmost love and compassion to the child.
Correct.
Then I think 5 to 10, you have to be inculcate values. So you be strict, and then you become a friend for the child. Correct. In the latter years.
Correct. After 14, we must become a friend. 1 to 5, we must give love. We must develop self-love in the child. That is a very, very important point. When we behave with people or even children, they must develop self-love for themselves. And the next 5 years, we must create that self-respect in them, be a little disciplined from 10 to 14. After 14, we must become their friend. We must not advise. But here we see the mother is 75, the son or daughter is 55, and still the mother and father advise children how they should live their life. That should not be, because children, no one likes advising actually. You ask yourself first of all, do you like advising by anybody too much? No. Nobody likes advising. So whatever I do not like, I must not do to others. Yeah, so any other opinions?
See, this is
strict and discipline and loving and casual, or so suppose both are there, where must my weightage go?
See, this was regarding for our children only. What we discussed till now, that was for children. But in general, our behavior should be loving to each and everyone. But according to situation, you can change. Because suppose your bai, from inside you are loving her. You give everything, whatever she needs. When we know they need that, we give. But you should be strict also. 3 to 4 times you will say, "Ha, nahi aaya, kaam pe chalega." But 3, 4 times you will also say, "Chalo, theek nahi hai, tum mat aao." But if you see they are taking undue advantage, that time you have to be strict.
Strict.
So
Okay.
it depends on the situation. But base should be loving.
Correct.
Means you should forgive them.
First must be love.
Yes.
So now
So, sir, as Gurudev used to say, be aggressively good. So, you should not be a doormat. People should not take you for granted.
Advantage of
Like,
your love.
हाँ. So, as she said, it is dependent on situations. And of course, the love is the primary thing that has to be there. But at the same time, to show to others, you have to be disciplined and you have to be firm in your decisions.
So what is the
But
percentage of
inside,
love and strictness we must show in our behavior? Percentage of how many times we are showing love in action and how much time we are showing strictness, discipline, firmness in action, because inside nobody sees. Nobody knows what is inside the other person. People only see what is coming outside. So what should be the percentage?
90-10.
90 should be love, 10% should be
strictness. Okay, because I'm experiencing this with my buys. Keep your love in.
I would say a 70-30. I would go for 70-30.
Okay, once you be strict or ऐसा strict होने का कि next time they will not make that mistake again.
Okay.
बस उतना कर दो is more than sufficient.
Good. So Manisha, we have to unmute. Then I will continue because Guruji has given a twist here in the second verse.
I should
Little
mute,
twist.
huh?
We are all right in our anticipation. What Guruji is instructing here is and he is also mentioned in the second, third. Little twist what is giving in the second and what he is telling in the third and the fourth sutra is what most of you have told. Second sutra, one interesting point he is telling is that be strict with yourself. Very important point. We do not discuss our faults most of the time. We are not strict with our faults. If suppose we are asked by somebody, someone you meet, that, and you tell that for 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, I have been attending Vedanta sessions and Chinmaya mission and through this also. And they say, okay, what one fault of yours or bad habit of yours you have overcome? No, but I don't have any bad habits. Then I don't have any faults. So suppose somebody asks us this question, then I must be able to at least say one or two confidently, which people can say, yes, I can. This behavior faults I'm talking, not about food that I was smoking earlier and drinking, which I have given at body level, that also is difficult. But behavioral patterns, behavioral faults, because most of the time we are not irritated by our body or somebody else by their food habits, but we are more frustrated, irritated by other people's behavior. So now Guruji is telling here in the second verse that be strict with your own fault and be loving with others' faults. Very important point. Because we have to be very firm and disciplined with our own selves and loving with others. That is the second sutra for harmonious relationship. Secondly, what you all said is right, that my love should not be taken granted and people should not, overpower me in that love, fool me, cheat me. No, we are not discussing those kind of things. And we have to be strict with others and disciplined, but it must have the background or cushion of love. That is very, very important, extremely important. Some people are very rule oriented, rule. No, this is a rule. Without any love where the person can fall back or the relationship can fall back. So what is the second sutra? One should be strict or firm, disciplined or loving, casual. What should parents, teacher do if children do not listen? If children are not listening to me, whether we should be loving or strict or both? A very important question. Because if I do not express love, then what other people are seeing is only strictness and firmness and rules and discipline. And that's the reason children run away from parents. Oh, every time when I come, you always talk about this rule, this discipline, chappal idhar rakho, homework karo, bag idhar rakho, wear this kind of shoes, wear this kind of chappals, go down, don't do. All the time rules and teachings are given. Where is love expressed? No, this is love only. So one should be strict with one's own faults, but tender towards others' faults. So this is a second sutra for harmonious relationship. Here we just took examples of children, but here children, you have the right to deal because so much of sacrifice we do for children. Wherever we have done sacrifice, we have the right to be firm and disciplined with that particular person. But suppose I have not done anything for that person much, I have not sacrificed anything for that person, then I have no right to be firm, disciplined, and find other people's fault. What have I done for this country that I should criticize this country? What I have done for the society where I am living, where I can criticize the society? So one question we must ask in day-to-day life is that if I have done something, then I have the right. So mother and father have the right to slap child or shout on the child or be strict with the, because their love is proven. Those who do. But suppose I have not done anything for anybody, I am just taking some service from them and I am paying some money, then I must be tender towards others' faults. I must not be so strict or firm with others' faults if I have not been strict with my own faults. We all know one or two stories like Ramdas Swami had this, had this kind of desire to have kheer. And he wanted to overcome it. So one day he ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 till he vomited, he ate till the nausea created. And then a point came where he told, now I have overcome this desire of eating kheer. Not that we must do that. But he was aware that I have this habit of overdoing this or eating this more. So if I have not overcome one of my fault, why should I be strict with other people's faults? Everybody on this planet, 7.75 billion people, are like that board on the road, work in progress. We must also remember that some people, after some kind of jnana, they say, some aura has come, light has come, I am perfect, and people talk like they are perfect. I have no fault. No. Everybody is work in progress. And I must remember that I am also work in progress. Only God is perfect. And we must love to appreciate imperfection in us and imperfection in others. Everybody is having some faults. Body level fault, behavioral faults, etc., etc. So Guruji's second sutra is be strict with your own fault and be tender towards other fault. This story is also Vivekananda and Gandhiji. Same story is told. There are many saints, same story is told that one mother came and with a child and told Vivekananda or Gandhiji that he eats too many chocolates. So he told, come after 1 month. Again the mother came with the child, come after 2 months. Again the child came 3rd month. Then Vivekananda and Gandhiji told, okay, beta, stop eating chocolate. It is not good for your health. And the child gave up. And the mother asked that, why didn't you tell the same thing in the first and second month? They both told one important point, that it wouldn't have worked with the child because I also had this habit and I had not given up. So that's the reason we are powerless people. Our communication is not very powerful and nobody is interested in our advice or our suggestions because we have not overcome any of our faults. So where is the power coming? One sentence Gandhiji and Vivekananda told, that child gave up because it came from the depth of their own overcoming of that particular fault. And that's the reason when I say that I'm telling so many times the other person is not listening, maybe I'm not having that power of sadhana. So one should be strict with one's own faults and be tender towards others. To err is human. I am work in progress. Similarly, as I deal with my own faults, how I deal with my own faults, suppose somebody says, no, but that's okay. That okay, we justify, we defend, we retaliate. Three things we do. We justify, we defend, and we retaliate. And then there is no improvement in that fault. No, but you talk too much or you don't talk. You always are a dull person. You always are not participating. You are not doing this. You have so many strengths, but no, I don't want. But then these are all faults I need to overcome. I am not strict with my own faults, but moment I find out some other people's fault, I am become very critical. I become very, toxic about telling about other people. And we all know when we show one fault, there are 4 faults in us. So second sutra, we must not discuss other people's faults. Achha, not only we find other people's faults, that is one crime. What we do is that we tell one person faults to another person. That is the biggest crime. I will go to B to tell A fault. A is like this, A is like this, A is like this. Now A is not there, A person is not there. I'm going and sharing. No, but once I share with you, I feel good. I feel good, but there is no improvement in the person A. Because the faults are going to be there in that particular person. If I have the courage, I must tell that particular person that, please overcome this kind of faults of behavior, what you have. Immediately the person would ask, okay, what faults have you overcome in the last 10 years? Have you overcome your anger? Have you overcome your worry? Have you overcome your health challenges? Why don't you exercise? Why don't you diet? Why don't you? Have you overcome your over talkative habit, your over shy habit, your over indulgence habit, temptation habit? Which habit has been overcome? Now, because my body is not supporting, I'm not doing, but that's not true. That is Smashan Vairagya. Do not point out others' faults. Do not criticize. Do not be harsh on other people. Do not pass quick judgments, declaration, and generalizations like Bhishma. I will never talk to this person. I will not do this with this person. I will never go there. This person is like that. I know this person very well. How do I know? Even God doesn't say. Even God says that I know the past, present, and future of this person. Do we know the past, present, and future of this person? How can we say, no, I know everything about this person? Be kind and forgiving to others' faults. Like the example is taken, somebody stamp our feet in the bus or in the train, then we forgive them. Oh, nahi, gardi hai. And some people invariably come late when we go to theater and sit in the darkness. They will come after the movie has started, stamp everybody's legs, search their own chairs after 5 minutes, and everybody will be disturbed. But then we forget because movie is going on. We don't curse them. So one very interesting point what Vedji had mentioned that, when he was doing Brahmachari course, Shardananji was also one of the Upacharya. And there was a rule that if you miss a class, then there will be then that day you will not have food. If you miss the class, you miss food. And once or twice when when Veji had gone to meet him or some work, when lunch was brought, he said, no, I don't want lunch. And second day, no, I don't want tea. No, I don't want dinner. Then they realized that day he had not come for the class for some reason. So not that it was only the rule for the students. Swamiji himself was following the rule. Because sometimes Swamiji has to go out or some other work or not well. Swamiji himself, and he didn't tell that I'm following the rule, but Vijay told, we realized that 3-4 times when he didn't come, he himself didn't have food whole day. So one of the second sutra for self-improvement and for harmonious relationships, from today, we will stop finding other people's faults. Second, we must not own up responsibility of improving others. No, I want to improve. No, but it is for your good. No, who told you? Did anybody come and tell me that, okay, you are my guru, and then whatever you will tell, I will do? So other person's improvement is not my responsibility. First of all, my improvement is my responsibility, and it will happen on other people. If I am strict with my own faults, other people will realize and they will overcome their own faults. If we justify our errors, forgive oneself quickly, forget, repeat, and we do not improve, and so our relationships do not grow. Because this is how we deal with our own faults. We justify, we forgive, we forget, and repeat the same mistake. But with other people, we keep on talking about the same thing. No, my mate does like this. My husband does like this. My wife does like this. My children does like this. My in-laws are like this. My neighbor is like this. This is like this. So this is finding faults. No, I know this person, everything is good, but this fault, nobody knows. I know. Everybody is having faults. Everybody is work in progress. To err is human. If we are not doing any error, that means we are God. And now Guruji takes one very, very interesting topic which is related to this, about love and rules. Some people are very, very rule oriented. No, this is a rule in this house. This is a rule. This is a rule. This is a strictness. This is a discipline. So the third verse is that third and fourth are together. Third rule, can you read out, Manisha?
Yes. परस्परिक स्नेह विश्वासे वर्तमाने विधि नियम अनावश्यकाः. परस्परिक स्नेह विश्वासे वर्तमाने विधि नियम अनावश्यकाः.
And the fourth rule is immediately linking to it. Avidyamane api anavashaka.
I will read that.
Yata nishfalaha. Fourth you have?
You sent both.
Okay, please read fourth also. Okay. Because immediately it said that third will not work if this is not there. Very interesting.
The fourth is avidyamanepi anavashyaka yato nishfalaha. Avidyamanepi anavashyaka yato nishfalaha.
So now this is an answer for whatever question I had asked. When there is trust, love and respect, rules and regulations are not needed. Because I trust you, I love you, and I respect you, and then everything happens with that love, trust and respect. I don't have to tell, I don't have to shout, I don't have to remind, because I understand what is there in your mind. You understand what is there in my mind, and then things are there. So Guruji gives third rule, is that third sutra is that wherever there is mutual love and respect, trust, then rules and regulations are not needed. And where there is love and trust is absent, they are also again not needed because they don't work. So wherever love and trust is not there, and suppose we want, rules, people to follow rules, they will not. So when someone comes to our home, new person, we must first shower love and trust, and then rules and regulations need to be told. Same thing in organization. We should not start with the rules that in ashram, this is a rule, this is a rule. Some of the volunteers, when they get power, instruction power, they don't show any love and trust that people will follow that. They will all rule. This is a rule, this is a rule, this is a rule. Love and regulations are very important, but they are not needed when there is no mutual love and trust. And when there is no mutual love and trust, rules and regulations don't work. People will not follow it. So both are important, but very interesting chemistry what Guruji has mentioned. Laws are formed, agreements are done, treaties are signed, constitutions are formed, rules are very, very clearly defined, formalized, job profiles are specified that this is your job, support is pledged, help is sanctioned, deals are authorized in companies. Even in marriage, there is a bureau where one has to go and sign that now we are married, otherwise government will not accept. So we see the relationship also, there are rules, and somebody says, okay, what is the proof you are my wife or husband? There is a proof. If there is no proof, there is no rule. But then what happens that when we are living together in a family or in an organization or in an institution, very important is that first we must build that love and trust, and then the rules and regulation needs to be given. Rules are important because it is easy to follow. It can be passed from generation to generation. When any, new daughter-in-law comes home, mother-in-law, father-in-law tell this is a rule, this is a rule, this is a rule in our house. Huh? These are the rules to be followed, to be in. But how much love and trust? One of the things what we can do as an experiment is that suppose we have to give some task to somebody. From today, we can just do this experiment, and that you should give task and say this sentence. I trust you that you will do it excellently. And we see that when we say that sentence, the other person becomes more responsible. But when they say, will you do? No, will you do? No, I don't trust you. You're doing first time. Other person will not do excellently. The moment we say that I trust you that you will do it excellently, the other person feels, now the other person trusts me. Now I have to do it. But because we don't trust other people, other people don't do it. So both are important, love and rules. But what Guruji is mentioning is that mutual love and trust, wherever it is there, rules and regulations are not needed. They are there, but they are unsaid. We don't have to take the help of rule book all the time, what is there in the law, because it is understood that there is love and trust. Anybody joins in organization, first we must create love and trust, because most of our organization, they have this induction ceremony. We give them rules. This is a rule, this is a rule, this is a rule. Before that, we must create love and pride for the organization, and then rules must be given. So rules are very important to create efficiency, to create harmony, to reduce conflicts, whose role is what, whose goal is what. But it must be preceded with love and mutual respect. Without love and mutual respect, only on strict firmness, discipline and rules, harmony in relationships will not be there. People will work for us only for money because they have no other goal. They are working for us. They are not working. There are 2-3 things. Whether people want to work for me or they have to work for me. Both are very different sentences. They are working because they have to work for me, not that they want to work for me or they are inspired to work with me. So as we are discussing this, I would just announce in 1 minute that 4th February, Swami Swarupanandaji's one talk is there only for 1 hour. And for that, That topic name is Know Yourself and Shape Your Destiny. And for that, we are collecting or inviting donations. Those who are interested, please let us know. Manisha is going to send the details after this class. This all money is going to go for Vishwa Vidyapeeth and various other good activities. So those who are interested, please do two things. Get maximum people, start telling in your field, in your circles, start spreading this poster flyer to your groups and talk to them, call them personally and say at least 1 hour you come in fine arts. And also those who are interested to donate funds, please come forward and let us know who are all interested. We can give you the formalities, rules.
I will share the link so they can donate, and if there is any difficulty or after that, they can share the details with me.
Yes. So please, now our next focus till 4th February is that max 800 people must come in fine arts to listen. And one of the greatest things happening about Vishwa Vidyapeeth and many good work. For that, we have to collect funds. Though you might say every year you're asking, but every day we eat, every day we dress, every day we need certain things. This is the only which in my mission collects fund, because all these classes, everything, all are free things. We don't charge money for this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.